So a few things about the chuck roast. You could substitute a different cut of meat that's good for braising. Just be careful about buying pre-cut stew meat at a grocery store unless you're certain of what type of meat it is. Oftentimes there's meat in there, it's just like a bunch of mixture of stuff that's not good for braising. As far as the size you cut it, it's not that critical as long as if you want it bigger, you can cut it bigger. Just make sure that the whatever you choose to cut, make it uniform so that they're all similar sizes, so they take a similar amount of time to cook. Then, as far as flouring, I've done this with lightly flouring it and without flouring it. Again, that's not critical whether you decide to flour it or not. It can add some thickness if you do flour it, and it can absorb some of the bacon fat when you're browning it. But overall, flouring it isn't critical one way or the other. The size of the cut just depends on what you like. Just make sure it's uniform. And the cut of meat, as long as it's a cut that's good for braising, doesn't matter what you pick. And lastly, just avoid pre-cut stew meat.